So we've got a couple transportation-related questions. We have a viewer who's concerned about the Blue Line extension stated. This is light rail that slated to run from downtown Minneapolis to Brooklyn Park. This viewer is, I think we can fairly translate his or her question saying that they're not generally enthusiastic about this and wondering what might happen with this. And then somebody else who's concerned about bus rapid transit and wants to know how that's going to fare in this legislative session. Who wants to take a run at this? Should we start with you, Senator Ruud?
Well, you know, for me, transit means buses and in Brainerd, because we don't have any transit per se. We just have a small bus. So it's really not in my wheelhouse, transit and buses, although when we talk about funding for transit, we have to remember that's also funding for transit in greater Minnesota, which might not be a train, or right. but it's you know, we still need good transportation for our citizens too. We don't have Uber and Lyft, and so it would be nice if we had some more buses to get folks to work.
Senator Clausen?
Well, out in our area, we have a lot of commuters. They either go to St. Paul or the University of Minnesota or downtown Minneapolis.
Some of us drive to the Capitol from your area.
That's true. I hear that. So we have the Red Line that runs up Cedar Avenue, and that has been expanding. They've added additional routes. The ridership is up every year. One of the big issues, in fact, at the transit station in Apple Valley, they're adding additional floors for parking at the ramp there. And we have people driving from Northfield, you know, 20, 30 miles away to catch that the transit. So for us in the suburban area, it's very important that we continue that. And so additional resources and spreading that out into other areas. I know the Woodbury area is an area that really lacks any type of transit, and we hear that frequently. So in the metro area, it's a big issue.
Do you know whether or not this viewer-specific question about the Blue Line extension, is that a legislative issue? Is that a metro transit issue? Is that something that the legislature is going to be dealing with this year?
I think it's more of a Met Council right now issue.
I think we took care of that. It went through last year, I think. And so now it's really the federal money there, state money's there. It's up to the planners now to get that done. Yeah.
Representative Baker, any other thoughts on that?
You know, again, I think, again, we all have the transit area, at least I do it out in the Wilmer area. Transportation is hugely important to the whole state. I also sit on the Explore Minnesota Advisory Committee, and like Senator Ruud and Representative Eklund, we are heavy into the tourism area in our districts. We need them. We need good roads. We just got to figure out how we're going to pay for it this year, and how do we continue to sustain this. There's some good ideas that came out the last couple of years, and that's going to be one of these big discussions at the end of the session to see what are we going to do. It's hard to think about raising taxes when there is a surplus. It mentally is hard to get through that. But there is a need for some new funding that we have to find, and I think that's our job. We have 201 of us in St. Paul. We got to find the best way to get this done and try not to take any more money from our Minnesota citizens. So it's a huge issue.
And just think there's no potholes in transit.
There you go.
Representative, your thoughts on the mass transit and transit issues?
Well, being from rural Minnesota, we don't have the transit issues that we talk about down here, the buses and trains. But we do have some bus service, or limited bus service around the area and stuff, and we need more of it. It's what we have is well used, and they're always looking for drivers.
Yeah.
I told my wife, if I get done with this, maybe I could go drive the bus. I don't know, but it's needed and necessary. And you talk about the expansion of transit down here in the cities. If anybody's driven towards Chaska at 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon, I think you can see the need for moving transit out that way too, because our roads are clogged in some areas, and there's not a lot of room to build new roads, so there's got to be something to help ease the burden.